talking all day today about the power of media is in our hands. What does that mean to you and who you are as an artist and filmmaker in 2020?
The reality is that there's never been a human society anywhere on Earth or in history that didn't have storytelling at its center, whether that was through mythology or religion or Hollywood or any other medium. That points to its critical importance to consciousness and to society. It's actually the framework by which we build a society and then hang everything else on it. So when I think about the power of media, I think about the social responsibility of those who are storytellers. And in many other cultures, storytellers have sort of a sacred role and duty within a community. And at the moment, we have a lot of broken people seeking fame and money and these things and have forgotten what the responsibility of that job is to a society, the role of service that it is. The power of media is in our hands. It is our job to figure out how to take story back from that machine for the health of our society.
For me, the power of media is in our hands is like saying the power of story is in our hands. And I would say that there's both a personal and a public expression of that. Just as we know that the way that we change our personal lives is to change our personal narrative. What's the story you want to tell? Do you want to focus on all the bad things that have happened to you? Or do you want to focus on all the positive things that have happened to you? What is the story that you want to tell when you meet somebody? Who are you? What is that story that you are telling?
So everything we are surrounded by in the natural world is either medicine, tools, or technology. I take that same information and apply that into everything that I am working towards now. What would they do? What would my ancestors do if they were here in this time and had access to all of the things that we have access to the media that we have access to? Everything around us is either medicine, tools, or technology. What is the medicine I'm teaching? What are the tools I need around me? And what is the technology I'm going to use to translate that message to our modern times?
I don't even think that we understand what media is going to be anytime in the next 10, 15, 20 years. So I think the power is in that capacity for imagination and for believing in the magic of storytelling using any material that you can to bring that story to life and to give it your voice, but to blend your voice in with the environment and with those who've come before us, and then to make it accessible to those who will go after us as well.
So if stories are the medicine to heal us moving forward, which I hold as such a belief, I can feel it in every fiber of my being, then those who tell the stories also must come from a place of being whole, healthy, healed human beings, or in the process of, because I think we all are.
Storytellers do have to be healthy. The thing is we are all storytellers ultimately, right? There is no person that walks this planet, whether you make your living from it or not, that does not tell stories. It's so much of the way we interact. Even in the smallest moments, those stories get to, even when someone says, "How's your day?" right? A story gets told in that moment. And so yes, I agree. I think that the storytellers need to be made healthy, but I think that in that it's all of us.
I'm Charlene SanJenko. If this conversation has inspired you, if it's ignited you, I invite you to check out reGEN Impact Media to learn more and to connect with us. Ecko, I know we're talking about decolonizing filmmaking and storytelling practices, and where this takes you next.
I see a world of industries and organizations centered on well-being. I see generations of seed planters, empowered youth and communities gender diverse folks sharing gender diverse stories, Indigenous people sharing Indigenous stories, Indigenous peoples leading the way in healing practices for the world, economic reconciliation, healthy people, healthy land, generational healing, an abundance of resources and support for the next generations, cycle breakers, and a transition, which is what my current mission is, from suicide and self-harm as the leading cause of death for Indigenous peoples to old age, living old so that those stories can be passed down through those generations.